one and all, and welcome to the return of Atlas Terminal here, live streaming on CouchSoup. Thank you all for being here with us. It is so good to be back. My name is Michael St. Gregory, your humble GM for this wonderful interactive sci-fi epic tale. And alongside me are my wonderful terraformers, or my terrific terraformers, I should say. Let's start by introducing ourselves. First off, Erica.
Yeah, so I'm Erica Onduin, and I am playing Annie, of whom is a lovely little robot. I do need to update my... There will be a voice. There will be a voice.
All the bells and whistles are coming back, folks.
So,
thank you. And Julian.
What's up, everybody? My name is Julian, and I will be playing Isko, a garbage monkey, a scrap collector, a waste sorter, who watches a lot of martial arts movies and does parkour, and is most certainly out of their depth.
Fantastic. Mika.
Hey, I am Mika. I will be playing Lukas Lemon, a down-on-his-luck rowdy ranger, an organization that everyone always takes a shot before a big meeting. That way everyone's like nice and loose and feeling comfortable.
Certainly no harmful repercussions can come from that whatsoever. And last but certainly not least, M.
That's me. I'm M, and I am playing Reba, who is our medic, the Sunshine character, but Sunshine in that she could probably hurt you as well. Watch out.
he has hurt me.
Here they
That
come.
sun has burns.
Thank you. So good.
So, that is our cast. You are here. We are here. We're ready to play. So let's start by showing our lovely opening credits.
I am the Overseer, and I see all beyond time and space, from dimensions of the past to ages of another time to futures unforeseen. Through my special device, I will witness the story of 4 individuals and discover their place in the universe.
And welcome back. Now, I could give a long-winded narrative written recap of everything that's happened so far, but I rolled an 11. No, actually, I didn't. That was Lucas giving a wonderful demonstration on what a hard choice level of a roll that is. But we actually have now, thanks to our wonderful sponsors of the company of Nova Terra Corporation, a classified recap. Let's take a look.
Mission log, Day 3. Security clearance, Level 7. Begin log. Targets overview. Lukas Lemon. Graduated from the Rowdy Ranger program. Implicated in the demise of fellow graduate Rowdy Ranger Shane. Scheduled for termination. Animus 02. Classified as a bio-research unit. Created in violation of the AI Awareness Act. Scheduled for termination. Isko, operating in the role of a waste management professional, bears repeated citations and suspected of possessing a Level 4 security violation. Scheduled for termination. Reba, fulfilling the role of medic, an heir apparent to the esteemed Cycler Cybernetics. Scheduled for termination. Mission progress. Planetary decommissioning protocols were initiated promptly following the loss of communication with the designated targets. The final inhabitants were successfully evacuated, triggering the activation of the 24-hour countdown to decommission. Regrettably, the targets apprehended their abandonment prior to scheduled termination, prompting unsanctioned communication with HQ for guidance.
Anyone there?
All channels have since been severed, and the individual involved has undergone comprehensive debriefing procedures. Current status: it is imperative to reiterate that the absence of viable escape routes from the planet mitigates any potential breaches of security. The targets remain scheduled for termination in precisely 20 hours, and there is no cause for alarm at this juncture. End log.
That's so good.
You are currently all residing in your makeshift camp. Isko, I would like you to roll a percentile die.
Percentile die, easy.
No.
Let's
You
get
won't be
it.
the only one, though. You're just
10.
going first.
No.
All right.
Dun dun dun
He's
dun.
gonna set the
Let's
tone.
get 2 d10s going on. Well,
Oh yeah. Got it.
I think there is a better way to actually
there's a better
do
way
that.
to do this. There's a better
There
way
is
to do
a,
this. Let me-
I believe there is an option to.
Yeah,
In the
there's
meantime,
a 10
we-
and a 0-0.
In the meantime, do we want to just say that was an 84? Just say
No,
that
because
was
it was 2d10s, because it could also have been a 48.
a good high number. Ah,
And technically,
get
from
away
the
with
log,
it, I
it
love
says
it.
it's 12. So I'm going to be graceful and say you're going to want to properly roll the D100s.
all right. Talk amongst yourselves while I figure out how to add an additional die with our
So-
spot.
so
yeah,
at-
there should be
at the
one
bottom-
that actually has the double digits on it. You should be
Lucas,
able
do you
to
want to roll
click
for
both.
me in the meantime?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll allow that.
I trust you, Mika. Don't
His,
fuck-
your madness is in
don't fuck
his
me.
hands.
Mika, don't let me down. Mika! Oh, okay.
71 is not bad.
71.
Okay.
71. Okay, so I will say, Isko, you're feeling actually much better. You had a nice rest. Your head is a bit clearer, and your vision isn't nearly as distracted as it would be from the previous several hours that have gone by in regards to this moment of, some would say, blurred sanity. But you feel fine, and you're ready and refreshed. As for the other 3 members of your team, I would love if... You know what? Let's see. Who do you believe, other than Isko, I'm going to say you're still resting. Of the 3 of you, who would probably be alert and awake first?
Oh,
Annie.
Annie.
Lemon.
I'm literally a robot.
Well, then let's have a d20 roll from each of you, and the higher one will be the first one
Cool.
who rises and shines.
Oh,
I
no.
did
Annie.
establish last time that,
God,
of course.
2 3s?
We
I
cannot
did establish
start
last
like
time
this again.
that the Rowdy Rangers are trained to be awake for like 36 hours
Okay,
straight.
now it's a 5. Roll again.
Okay.
Mika. 'Cause
I
we
will
both-
say that, yeah. Okay, yeah.
There you go.
The 18 will
Lord
have
has
it.
spoken.
The dice have spoken. Okay, so
Or it could be like the 2 of them together. Like I can imagine Lemon.
I will say
sitting down just
I will say that
look out,
you
Annie just right there.
I will say that you activate Annie from her sleep mode and allow her to go back onto patrol mode.
Hello.
Howdy.
Why have you awoken me? I was recharging.
It's time we get going. We've wasted time. We need to get out of here.
Well then, we shall proceed. Where are the others?
Looks like they're still sleeping. Do you want to go wake them up?
Yes, it would be my pleasure. And there was a weird, almost like you could tell there was a smile there, but no, couldn't be. She's a robot. Weird. So Annie would like to go over to probably Isko first, and she's got a little device that almost like pops out of where her chest is, and electrocutes him awake.
What?
You feel
Michael,
a slight
it's just-
spark on your backside.
Time to
Oh.
get up, Isko. Time to get up.
My backside. Anyone right for the ass?
Well, it is one of
Luckily,
the most sensitive areas.
luckily, I was not laying down on my back. Otherwise, I would have jumped up in a ready-to-kill stance. But with my ass clearly in the air, based on how Annie electrocuted me, I was caught prone and thus was only able to roll over and say, "Bah!"
Yes, that's a wonderful way to justify.
You get away with it this time, Annie. But please, I don't know, like maybe just like sit on my chest like a cat, or do something that doesn't involve electrocuting me.
I am not a cat, but
I
I
know.
have to go and wake up Reba.
All right, well, do the same thing because that's only fair.
And he's gonna go right over to Reba and do the same thing, but more in her shoulder.
Oh, why?
It is the most effective way to wake somebody up. We do not have what you people would call coffee, so we need to do something more effective.
You could just say my name. That's pretty effective. Or you could just like bump me with like one of your limbs, and then I'll wake up prompt. I don't like being woken up to the electricity coursing through my. I have electronic bits. My hand won't stop doing this.
Hey, me too. I got a lot of citations for that one.
Well, wouldn't it be better to wake up with a sense of urgency because we are all going to die? It was better to just remind you of such.
Right.
Okay,
Annie, with that, not the attitude we need right now.
attitude.
Lucas calls from outside.
I was just spitting facts, as they say.
This is a good point to the three of you. If while we have no real like insight on these sorts of things, you're welcome to use any abilities you'd like if you have to kind of look into what the heck is going on with Annie right now, or you're welcome to roll a flat d20 roll and see what your success rate might be in terms
That
of
actually-
observation.
About to
Here I
pull
go,
up my own
Evelyn.
documents.
I know nothing.
I want to get in on this too. I know a lot about I know a lot about robots from my dear friend Atreus, who I knew for about 26 minutes.
Oh, Atreus. Rest
You
in
walked
peace, Atreus. You
So
were a
okay.
good one.
I will say with the 15 Isko, you basically you're more than obviously awake now, having been jolted with a few hundred volts.
Yes,
But
yes.
it may have sparked something a little extra in your head to realize that Annie's personality matrix is really on overdrive, it seems. Like, just from basic observation, this does not feel the usual Annie that you've been accustomed to.
I am feeling bizarre.
Annie, you're going through puberty. It's amazing.
What?
You're gonna start
I'm
getting
sorry.
circuits in places you never knew you could get circuits.
Oh, God.
I don't think you're licensed to have this conversation.
I don't think any of us are licensed for anything, Reba. I just think Annie should know what's going on with themselves, which is, Annie, you're changing over time. Something that not a lot of robots get to do. You're absorbing the world around you, you weird little spider brain.
I think something might be wrong with your brain.
I mean,
I must
Yes,
have hit you
doctors
with
aren't
too
sure
much
what.
Yes, but I also could have hit you with too much electricity.
maybe.
I will tone it down next time. Maybe only 1,000 volts.
Alright, well, when you start having thoughts about other robots, special thoughts, don't say I didn't warn you.
I think about other robots, especially Atreus. May they rest in pieces.
All right, I'm sad now. Bye. Lemon,
Goodbye.
what are you doing? Lemon! Lemon!
Lemon is lost in thought. I'm going to say Lemon is currently using the 0 AP Read the Winds. You concentrate on the language of winds, sensing weather patterns in your region of the world. You are able to glimpse a weather forecast for the next few days in your region of the world.
So let's put a little bit of a sci-fi twist on this, and we will say that you have essentially activated an implant that allows you to have like a heads-up display, visualizing now the potential forecast of weather patterns that are in this vicinity. And what you can tell is that you are actually on clear walking weather for once within this odd planet cycle of rotation. The looming distance, though, of the recycling wormhole in the far distance is visually threatening, but in a weird way, it has a nice cosmic balance with the light that is coming from the nearby star that illuminates this, that is the sun of this particular planet.
So Lemon's going to do kind of this thing with the wormhole, like put it between his fingers, looking, and then he hears Isko and turns around, his hand still up, and says, yes, Isko.
What are you doing?
Drinking.
On the job? I'm kidding. I know that that's kind of your whole ranger thing. Look, I'm just feeling in a great mood. Had a little encounter with my own mind last night. I'm feeling great. Cause nothing matters, and we're all gonna perish. Shall we get out of here?
Is that the encounter you had with your mind?
Yeah, something like that.
That nothing that's... I'm not qualified to talk to you about this.
Listen, have you ever... I was reading about an old philosopher. I think his name was pronounced Nightskay. Nightskay. That's probably it. And
yeah.
he talked a lot about, just... Nitsky. Are you sure?
Yes, it sounds sort of like a famous singer from generations past.
Oh, I might be confusing the two. All right, so Mitski believes that because nothing matters, we can just do whatever the hell we want. And I'm trying to vibe and have a good time. And if we get out of here, maybe we do, maybe we don't. Right, Ted?
And a tiny little scampering, rust gobbling lizard monkey type creature scampers up outside of its little burrowed area that it made and is just like, yeah, whatever it is you said.
Where's your voice mod for it?
He's evolved
Oh,
Him too?
okay.
into this.
Oh, great. So we've got a robot and a rust rat hitting puberty.
Yeah, that's the thing. You do notice that it has gotten a little bit taller. It is a bit more. It is a bit more rat-like in its almost marsupial type form. And its voice has kind of like grown to actually speak vocally. It's no longer just, you no longer have to connect with it. It is physically speaking to you.
It's gained a secondary normal type upon evolution. Yeah.
Exactly.
That was good.
God, that might be the nerdiest thing that has ever been said on this show.
I will
or any
top
Couch Soup
myself,
stream.
believe me.
That may have been the nerdiest thing ever said on this Couch Soup stream ever.
So good.
God damn. I'll give you a point of inspiration just for that.
Sheesh. And Michael, do you want to
Amazing.
remind people what inspiration does?
So an inspiration point is essentially a free reroll. Those are awarded by me, but however, they can also be awarded by you in the chat using particular channel points. Just make sure to use the command prompt to find out what gives what. Lovely little segue there. So yeah, you do notice that he is just chomping away on some metal that he found nearby.
Ted, do you believe we can make our way out of here?
He's like picking his teeth. Like,
Because if this planet explodes, you're gonna go kaput too.
Well, so far I'm like, I guess this is middle-aged at the rate that I'm growing, so
You'll
where are we
be
going
dead
now?
Within probably a week.
Yeah. Seen a whole lot of this planet so far.
Have you seen most of the planet?
Well, I was there, and now I'm here. So
Okay.
that's a lot.
Yep. All right. Her faith immediately drains in Ted.
Not helpful.
She doesn't know anything.
In comparison to the planetary surface, you have maybe seen 1.2% of the planet.
Oh wow, more than I thought. I'm impressed.
Yeah, how big
wow.
is this planet?
I have no idea.
Well, one way to find out. Shall we pack our bags, shove our rats and or robots in our pockets and get moving?
But where are we moving to?
I
That
looked
is a
over at
good
Lucas.
question.
Excellent question. Game Master, would
Yes.
Lucas know where to go next?
Well, would you like to use an ability, or would you like to roll it and leave it to chance?
I'm looking at my abilities too because I think I have something for this to help.
I don't have an ability, but I have basic logic. If we can find the hatch to the world, maybe we can stop it from exploding. And then
So if it's
Oh,
Sorry,
never
go ahead.
mind.
maybe we could,
'Cause-
if we could find the hatch, we don't have to die, right? That's like a plan.
so like I want to say, 'cause I have a navigate ability, but like the areas I could lead us to are an oasis, a shelter.
Shelter?
But when it's a shelter, it's like a natural cave, or ruins, and I don't think. any
Well,
of
we
those
will
would-
we will sci-fi it up. You've got an oasis. I would say would be more of a spot of respite that you would find resources. The shelter would be just a place for immediate cover, or your next camping destination. And the final one, what was that last one?
Ruins.
Ruins.
Ruins. Yeah, ruins would be more of the archaeological sites that have been part of this planet's terraformation.
Okay.
So it's up to you.
I do have an ability that might help us if none of our characters know where this is, if we don't want to rely on a straight D20 roll. It will waste an hour, but for 4 AP, Ritual, when you ingest the edible, you scavenge your area for a short time to find a single dose of magic edible. When you ingest the edible, you embark on an inner journey over the next hour for supernatural insight. You may learn the truth about one of the following things, and the first one is the safest or fastest way to get somewhere.
So the question here is, does Lucas want to take a little trip with some performance enhancement meds that are essentially
I could help us with
eye-opening?
Oh, does he ever?
We could do that, or Annie has a surveillance tracker. You construct and launch a satellite into the orbit of your current location. The satellite is advanced enough to follow and report its findings to you.
That's pretty good.
I mean, that's good as going.
Do you want to
on
get
trip,
high, or do you want to send out a satellite?
Would you like to put your body at risk or use the technical abilities of your coworker?
but- I mean, the
Like,
technical
what's more
abilities
fun?
would take less time.
Yeah.
Yes. As we have learned, the clock is ticking. You have an
Yeah.
estimated 20 hours until full recycling.
Ooh, we would have less than that because when we ended last time it was 20 hours. But we've
Or more
taken
like
some time
18
to
right
rest.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do realize time is odd
Yeah.
here. It is a longer day cycle, so it is not nearly as much of a rush as you initially thought. It's not a 24-hour Earth cycle. This particular planet does have a bit of a slower rotation, so the time, and for the sake of being able to continue to do the show, is longer.
That checks out.
So for both narrative purposes and for the sake of being able to play.
Lucas,
Excellent.
will you please put that down, whatever it was that you were going to eat?
He just looks at a special Rowdy Ranger gummy in his hand and like, okay.
What the fuck is that? A Scooby snack?
That's a Ranger snack. Thank
Oh.
you.
Sorry.
Space Ranger.
Starting to
feel like as
question
the medic, you should know
the
about
ethics. Starting to question the ethics of how Rangers do their duty.
Or what season of Scooby-Doo we're on if Reba has
Yeah.
that reference in your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Listen, the Rangers just kind of have free reign. They've got the contract. They just stop caring after that.
Lucas,
is
are-
No,
Very
that's a lie.
apparent.
Novaterra knew what they were getting into when they hired the Rowdy Rangers.
Now, please, everybody, hold still for one moment. And Annie's gonna kind of like on her little legs, kind of go a little bit farther down, and then jump like 4 inches off the ground, and out of her little beanie that she's got, it kind of like parts, and a little pew, little almost like rocket looking thing comes out of her head.
Oh,
So these tiny,
she is
essentially,
going pretty.
with the use of a bit of hydraulic boost, you are able to jettison essentially nano drones that are able to relay a signal pattern back to you in regards to the nearest destination that seems safe.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I said seems safe. So
Yeah,
I will
I
need
heard
you.
that.
I will need you to roll for me to see what feels right.
Sure thing. What would you like me to roll?
Just a
D20?
standard D20 roll. We will get your level of success. So an 8. On an 8, that is what is called a tough choice. You succeed in the action, but there's a cost. So this is the classic fork in the road situation that you come up to. You see two paths available to you. One certainly does seem clear and more manufactured. It was probably the old highway system that is still embedded into the ground. You don't necessarily know if any of the electricity that is used in these maglev roads to kind of take vehicles to and from their destinations may be active, but the path is a lot clearer. However, there is a natural path that does go a bit more jagged and a less clear line of sight. However, knowing that it is a clearer terrain, the possibility of you having any sort of electromagnetic damage is a lot less.
Annie would probably want to go that way. Due
All
to
right.
due to maybe even just a little bit of like self-preservation
Mhm.
taking in. Hello everybody. Thank you for your patience. I know it was only but 5 seconds, but that can be a lot for your brains. Now, if you would follow me this direction, I have found a clear path that will potentially lead us to a shelter.
All right, baller. Any objections, team?
Well,
no,
I mean,
there are no objections.
okay.
Lead the way.
Come on,
So
I'm
Tim.
you
just-
walk.
Okay. Okay.
Pardon.
I'll try. If the group thinks that's a good idea, let's do it.
Did you have an objection, Reba? Oh.
Oop, oop. Slight
She's-
pause on the part of Reba.
Deep.
She's thinking deeply,
thought.
concentrating
Very much
quite
thinking
hard.
deeply.
She's wondering if she should follow CouchSoup online, which you can do so by following us on Threads at the CouchSoup, which is also the handle for us on the Tickety Talks. So please follow everywhere. And if you still use X, Twitter,
Zitter.
I'm not ever going.
then by all
Um,
means.
Let me.
But we'll get back. We'll get back to M when she
Oh,
returns.
that's for sure.
So
At least
for the
she's
sake
posed in a
of
very flattering position. I feel like sometimes
yes, at
when I
least
get
she's
disconnected, I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh no. Oh well, she'll come back.
Yeah, she's on her way.
She's on her way back. In the
Her
meantime, though, we
power
will...
went out.
Oh no. We'll keep her in line though. In the meantime, while the three of you essentially, she was, I believe we could say that she was essentially agreeing for the most part.
Yeah.
So there is on this slow sojourn towards your next safe destination on the way back to base. What are we doing while we walk?
Whistling.
Well, what was it earlier that Annie and Isko were arguing about with the movies?
That would be the merit of
Objectivity.
yes.
objectivity in regards to people that like Zack Snyder.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yeah. Could probably have some. They're probably having some sort of other movie discrepancy, like tussle about.
Yeah, you have to understand, some people saw the dress as black and blue, and others saw it as white and gold. It's hard to
But
find
if you-
objective truths like that.
No, it is not, because when you see it in person, the color is visible. Even if you took one sort of color detector to it, you would know that it was blue. It
what
would
if-
not be gold.
But what if a person lived underground in a cave for their whole life and had no opportunity to see the dress and only saw it on a screen?
Then that would be their problem.
Whoa, callous in puberty.
I am not going through puberty. That is impossible for a robot. Lucas, tell him.
What's going on?
I am
In
not
your
going
distraction,
through
Lucas,
puberty.
actually. Mika, if you don't mind, could you roll D100 for me?
Yes. Hope I roll low. 47.
So this is what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to tally for yourself 1 mark right now, wherever you see
Okay.
fit. In the vastness of space exploration and terraforming and this professional career, exposure and long-term exposure, especially to the outer wilds of a planet's surface, whether it is being reclamated or not, has shown in certain studies there is a risk of what is colloquially called space madness. Now, the way we're doing this is that if you roll under 50%, you will get a tally on your first time. The difficulty then will raise by 10% each time until you're able to not have that many tallies. What you're trying to avoid is having 5. Be mindful of that.
Yikes.
But right now, you're fine, as far as you know. Just a little distracted. Maybe a little
Whistling.
aloof.
Yeah. Now, Lemons. Where's Annie? Because I'm assuming we're following Annie, or does Lucas have some sort of device that can also?
Yeah,
track
I would
the-
say you're keeping in close quarters of each
Yeah.
other.
Okay. I mean, like, I'd also imagine, like, as a ranger, I'd have something that could assist me with anything Annie does,
Yeah.
sort of like how I was able to up her signal, up their
Right.
signal.
Your GPS unit is working to a degree where, you know how when the maps are still downloaded onto a device, it can navigate you, but it doesn't necessarily know your exact positioning. It kind of does a guesstimate. That's what you're working with right now.
Okay. So I think briefly with the Space Madness, he's kind of zoning out with the arguing behind him. He's whistling. He's only focusing on the map, just the map. Only the map.
Lucas,
He is the dot.
did you take that gummy? I told you not to.
Hmm?
Did you take and eat and digest that gummy,
And
I
are you
told
going
you
to
not
share?
to.
Oh, the ranger. The ranger gummy. No, this is saving this for an emergency.
No, that is a dice. You do not eat dice.
The fourth wall is broken.
Look.
Isko's nose starts bleeding.
Yeah, look, I don't have gummy bears next to me, so we're pretending this is a gummy right now.
Something is wrong with you.
No, I am mentally, physically, I'm great. I have no deep, dark, traumatizing event in my life.
It is quite the bummer that Reba accidentally hit her head on a rock and passed out. Or else she would be able to help us with whatever ailment possesses your mind, which is in your brain, which is in your skull.
I'm surprised by how
Lemon-
little we're concerned that apparently Reba hit her head on a
She did
rock.
not pass out. We will just say that she has been quietly observing and making sure none of you get lost.
Oh, come on, it was fun.
I know,
That's
but I don't
insane.
want to knock out a character just because they're not present at the moment.
Fair. I was gonna say Lucas was like carrying her piggyback.
That would have been so cute.
Right, well. So, upon further walking, you observe that, you are in a bit of rougher terrain. However, you don't feel any sort of inclement danger in regards to where you were in that trash city pile. And you also see that the weather path is still clear in what Lukas was able to find. And it just feels that this is more of an arduous trip than it would have been more of a flat surface, easy walk. But you don't feel that there's any particular danger at this moment. What we will do, though, is if the three of you, we will see if you scout anything ahead as you come up towards a new junction point.
Shall we roll?
I'm ready.
Or is Michael rolling something?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, not yet.
GM.
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, I guess I don't have a specific ability for this, surprisingly.
I'll roll 2.
We'll all roll d20.
Save us, Lucas.
So that's a 5, a 12,
Woo!
and a 19.
Baby.
Very nice.
I think Lucas is relying a little bit too much on Annie right now because of the spacing
been.
out, and I'm sure that the
Absolutely.
sticker patch is wearing off.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, Erica, if you wouldn't mind just rolling a d100 for not madness purposes.
Yes. Did we add a D100 somewhere?
So
add
basically,
it
on that, there are 2 of them that you should be able to click. One, the D10, and then the double digit D10, and
Okay.
that will add it to it, so that when you roll both, you'll get the D100 score. There you go.
Let's go.
81.
81!
Let's see what's on 81. Okay. So, you come across essentially now the closed off zone of the fallen asteroid mining department. This is where you see lots of barren equipment and a lot of it looks very much like an open yard construction site, except it is a range zone essentially where they caught meteorites and asteroids that were safe and falling and were using them to mine for materials that could have potentially been used in this area. You do see that it is pretty much open. There's no sort of closed off as if it was abandoned. It just seems that this was another station that was on this planet that you were all working upon, and it was evacuated much like everyone else was, except you.
Everyone, if you will please look ahead. There's an recently abandoned mining facility. We may be able to find something in there and away from the electrical storm.
Okay. I mean, a roof over our head might mean we don't implode as painfully.
I do not feel pain.
Well, lucky you. Let's go check it out.
Yes.
Neither do I.
What
That
are you
is
talking
false.
about?
Humans have nerve
Yeah,
endings.
it felt
You
like a
feel
good thing to
pain.
say right then.
Maybe you're
And suddenly, Reba chimed in at this moment,
Boy,
having
did
now
she.
walked with you all in silence, but now observing that there is you have now arrived at the abandoned meteorite mining facility.
Okay.
And Lucas is acting a bit woo, as if he'd taken the gummy, but he didn't take the gummy.
Sus behavior.
Yeah.
Actually, Reba, if you wouldn't mind, let's see if any of the facility rings a bell to you.
I would love to. Let me roll this up.
Yes,
Um,
please.
Your mic is a little off, unless that's what you needed to do to.
Hang on, let me see if I can fix it.
Okay.
Do, do, do.
Somebody was knocking on my door, and that scared me. Probably one of my cats. Like, let me in.
Does the audio sound better now?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, my power went out. I'm attached to my laptop now, hotspotting to my phone, plugged everything in real quick, so I might be a little bit slow as I get everything set up.
You're okay.
Let me pull up
And thank you, by the way, chat, for the inspiration roll. Julie, you get a D8 to hold on to.
Oh wow. I don't know if I need that. I'm already.
That's a lot of dice that were just thrown all at once.
Who
Why
just
did that happen?
That's just
This
an
is-
example of what we do.
On my thing, it just says player 7.
I know
Yeah.
nothing.
Certainly
So-
wasn't us.
So I've got a D8 from chat, which
Yes.
first of all, thank you. What die did you give me before, Michael?
Just a 1 reroll.
Oh, okay, reroll. Gotcha. Cool.
And also, Real Life Unicorn redeemed a D10 inspiration for M.
Thank you. Thank you so
See,
much.
folks, it's this easy.
Unfortunately, I rolled a 2 on my dice that you asked for, and so I know
Okay.
nothing.
Well, if you'd like to use that D10 to add to it, you're more than welcome to.
Why not?
At
Let's go.
the very least, to get you to success.
I rolled a 1 on the D10.
Well, that is not a success. That's a failure. So, nothing, I will just say that nothing remarkable about this particular third-party company that works alongside Novaterra pops out to you. But you've heard of so many different facilities that have worked with the different subsidiaries that work alongside independent contractors. That you've heard at least of your family talking about, the many different companies that come and go with the with Novaterra. More than likely, hearing your dad talk about it in some sort of an investment discussion that you couldn't be bothered less with. But the sign that you do see is the Reach for the Stars mining facility.
All right.
Reach for the stars.
I'll lead the way, everybody. Just in case there's anything spooky, I got my 2 strongest weapons right here.
Annie's gonna
Annie.
walk up next to Isko, and with her little prod, just go bzz, bzz, right next
What?
to him, and kind of like look up.
Yeah, like that. And be careful, because you know what they say about mines, Annie.
No.
They're very selfish. Let's go.
What?
Because
And as you all ponder that,
I understood. Oh,
Isko leads the
I
charge.
understood, but Annie was like, "What?"
He's so cool. He's so cool.
Actually, Lemon, one of my items is a stun gun.
Ah,
So, you think that's like a stun gun or like the stick?
that can be entirely up to you. Would you like it to be a pistol taser type electro bolt shooting, or would you prefer it to be more of a handheld weapon that can be like a club but has
Club.
electric abilities?
Yeah. Club.
So we're going martial weapon. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Because I already have bow and arrows, so...
There you go. So, let's change up the mood a little bit.
Ooh.
Is Ted gonna sing to us? Some show tunes?
Is
That'd
this a
be so
musical
great.
episode? It's a musical episode, guys.
No, we're not on that planet.
Not yet.
Not
And
yet.
I don't want to be.
You pass through the front gate, which has been opened. You see pretty much everything left as it was in these at the security gate, just half open drawers. A lot of people, you could tell from the footprints that are still embedded into the ground, of just rushing to the exit vehicles that would end up all joining up to their shuttles to be evacuated. As you look around this facility, you do see that mining equipment just left behind. Large meteorites that have been collected from different crash sites, still piled up on hover flatbed trucks. Although they have been deactivated, so they are just practically embedded into the ground. They don't look, at first glance, not very unusual or anything. But there are a few that are zoned off in a collection pile that seem to you just have this warning that there is possible radioactive elements to that, and to basically stay away from that area.
And we'll go right for it.
Of course. As you all watch your six-legged? Four-legged robot friend scamper over.
I mean, I'm backing the hell up Annie, because Annie
Okay.
can get like
No.
punted into.
Let go of me. I want to look at it.
No. Let's at least walk together, okay?
No, it is radioactive. You cannot go near, but I can.
All right. I mean, if you know what this is. If it turns out to be like a weird little creature or something, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna keep you safe.
I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out. And once again, there's a little hint of emotion in her voice, which is very much not normal. And someone knocked on my door.
Interesting. Okay. So as you carefully make your way forward, you're basically the Geiger counter in your shell, Annie's, does start to notify that there is a low-level activity of radiation. Nothing that is dangerous.
I'm looking at my my stuff real quick because I have a bunch of stuff for data manipulation. So I want to see if any of this could be helpful. Let's see. You attempt to access a private database. You're just going to tiny mouse. There's one where I can steal tiny amounts of credits from thousands of accounts at once. So we'll use that later. I think probably the best one would be data recall.
Okay.
You access cyberspace and retrieve data that answers any one scientific question related to an object, person, creature, event, or location. So we're trying to determine what this object is, and Annie wants to know.
Sure. So you basically open the Wi-Fi, as it were, and try to connect with the local servers of the devices that are on this field.
Yes.
There is a flood of encrypted information that is essentially coming your way. A lot of bits and bytes and gigs and other computer technical jargon that essentially speaks to you in a coded way of letting you know all of the info. It is a bit of an overflow. So is there anything specific from here that you would like to pull, being that you have a lot of access to it right now?
Yes, our main goal is to get out of here. So Annie's trying to find if there's some way to use this, whatever it is, or something that would be useful to help them escape, if not find safety till, well, there's no safety. Everybody's going to die. It's going to be neutralized. So anything that would be useful for leaving.
So you're looking for an active vehicle that is
Yeah.
able to transport you. Okay.
Yeah, that would work.
Uh,
Or even
If you-
if a pod was left over from the evacuation.
okay. Why don't you roll for me, and we will determine your success level. Do you have
It was
anything you can
sitting on
add to redeem?
16. I do not have anything.
Okay.
It
So
is an overload, so it kind of makes sense for the poor
Yes.
girl.
6 will give you a tough choice.
Okay.
By the way, folks, we are using the a modified, basically like homebrewed version of the Quest RPG system. The scale of our rolls are all D20 based. 1 being a catastrophe, 20 being a natural 20 being a triumph. Between 11 and 19, success. 6 to 10, this is the tough choice. This is where they get to succeed, but there is a cost, just as the fork in the road path before. With this, you do see that there are a couple of vehicular options. None of which, though, you know how to personally navigate. There is a large, the flatbed truck is still active. It's just a matter of finding where the keys are located in the, what was that D8 for?
I got a redemption.
Oh, okay. So you're going to
And
add the D8.
Makes 10, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's technically 14.
Okay, so then the 14 then grants you success. Essentially, now instead of having to figure out which vehicles are suitable, you do determine that the one that is available and is at least the best of your means is just essentially a cargo cart. It's a 4-seater, and it is able to. It's like one of those golf carts that you would see in the airport with a little bit extra flatbed on the back, but sci-fi.
Sci-fi. I love
So
it.
it floats. It has enough. It has an 18-hour battery life percentage. You see, and there is no sort of like work log or anything. This is clearly just a transport meant to go back and forth short distances on the site itself.
Okay.
But you do have now a means of getting to a point quicker.
Good. Okay. So Anna's gonna kind of just like turn back to everyone else. Well, she's gonna skitter back.
You see, by the way, that is from the data you were able to allocate, is located in the vehicle yard, which is not too far on the outside. So basically, it's a 4-quadrant area. You've got the pile of rocks, which are sitting on flatbeds. You have the cargo parking area for the employees going in and out of the site. You've got then essentially the outer kind of like mess hall work area where breaks and stuff can be committed. And then there's the more administrative tents types, which are, again, nothing's really enclosed. It's more of like they go in, there are desk areas, and then they come out. It's all meant to be set up, break down very quickly if need be.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for your patience. You would have probably gotten fried if you had gone over there with me due to radiation, but I have found what you humans call a sick ride in the garage that could transport us to any place relatively faster.
I'm so fascinated by the slang reference you have for us. But that's an awesome find, Annie. Hell yeah. And I'm glad you're right about the radiation. Thank you for saving my life.
Sick ride's what we Rowdy Rangers use.
Is there
You are
anything we
grateful
can do?
for me.
Of course, we're grateful for you.
Pardon me. And he's just gonna go skittering off, looking at random, like, almost like so embarrassed that she's just like looking at like a broken painting on the wall, like.
Reba,
Yeah.
please roll a d20 for me
I would be happy to roll a d20 for you.
as you follow Annie around.
Do. An 11.
Okay, an 11 is a success. So that would mean you hear some sort of odd shifting of rock sound, like crumbling, as if, pieces have just kind of moved but this feels like something disturbed that big pile of meteorites. And maybe you're not alone?
Hey, Annie.
Yes? Oh no.
No, not again. It can't get much more tense than this.
And if you want to ease the tension, you can donate your channel points for inspiration
I think I'm gonna need them all.
on this CouchSoup stream.
So, even though I was going to let that breathe a little before we decided to break, I will say we'll break here, and then when we come back, we will see what the next half of this particular moment is. And welcome back. I was caught off guard by Drew saying 15 seconds until Annie hits another stage of puberty. Let's go to finish the question that Reba was trying to say.
Trying with all of her heart to say.
We'll just
Annie,
chalk it up to, like, static interference from the planet.
Of course. Warped her voice. Annie, I think you should step away from there.
Okay.
There is a slight tremor in the formation of the rocks. You hear a crumbling sound. And then something interesting happens as the rocks start to glow a little bit with this strange blue-green light emanating from cracks? No. Veins? Some sort of solid muscular structure is over this, what you thought to be seemingly just a pile of rocks. But it becomes more clear that this is not a pile, but rather now the waking, walking rock entity that pushes itself up with its forearms, its body almost ape-like in structure, but all a mix of heated rock that is cooled off from re-entry, but glowing with an internal core as the musculature of this creature stands up before you, a massive 12 feet tall above you, and seemingly somehow the formations of its mouth open up, and the blue-green glow that you saw comes out in a spittle as it roars into your face, towers above the four of you. What do you do?
Nope, I nope right out of there.
I know what Annie's gonna do.
I'm just gonna herd everyone nope, we're going this way, nope.
So, here's how we are going to do this. You all have 12 hit points, as it were. This is essentially 12 opportunities for you to be hit before you can be unconscious or immobile in some fashion. There is no initiative in this. There is more so you're going to be finding out if your action that you want to do succeeds or fails. Now, whatever it is that you decide to do, you will let me know, and if I have a counter for it, I will do so. But what you are trying to do is essentially now survive.
Okay.
I will give you this moment, this frozen moment in time, to collectively think, what would you like to use in terms of a device you may have on you, an ability that you have that would be useful in this moment. Or if you want to even think outside of the box, which I highly encourage, go for it.
Can I go first?
Yes, we will determine an order essentially through we'll determine through a standard D20 roll by the four of you.
Perfect.
Just so that we have at least some semblance of an order. So that's an 11.
I've been hitting a lot of 11s
14 from
today.
Erica. Keep your numbers in mind and then keep them in the chat on
Erica, you
our
guys
side,
blocked
and
me.
we will keep
Oh,
those.
no.
So we have 2 5s. So will the 2 5s re-roll to see who goes after Reba?
What if I bump Mika into something good? Sorry.
Okay, well, okay, so it looks like we've got 14, 12, 11, and 5. So that's going to be, thank you for keeping track, Erica. So, Annie,
Yes.
you are having been pulled back by Reba. You'll be first to see this monster, this rock monster rising above you.
So, Annie kind of, her chest kind of opens up a little bit, and you can see something come out, and it is nanobots. We're going to be using nanobot control, specifically X deconstruct. You launch a stream of nanites at a creature within reach that tear it down to a molecular level and deal 1 damage per AP spent.
Fantastic. All right. So, I'm going to see how much it can be resistant against it.
The nanites resemble a formless, tiny blob of gray ooze.
Interesting. So, I rolled 13, which will be a successful resistance, but it doesn't mean that it is a complete avoidance of what you've done.
Okay.
So, you essentially jettison these nanobots onto where would you? I would say with the success, it's going to be anywhere that wouldn't distract from vision.
You know, Isko's been making weird comments about puberty. So that's kind of like in her circuitry right now, so she's going to go straight for where the balls would be.
Going right for the pebbles.
You really ate a seed here, Annie. Okay.
You are making some sort of strange guesstimation as to the biological reproductive organs of a rock ape, and go for a central core positioning. You see that while it is possibly merited, you realize you have no biological information gathered on this creature, so it is purely a guess. You do see, though, that it didn't quite work. However, it is now looking like it has metallic underwear as it is coated this particular area. All right, so that will go now. Isko, what would you like to do?
So, Isko, all of his skills are built around fighting. I can do combos like provoke an enemy and then counterattack them if they miss. However, that's not what Isko's going to do. He is entirely going to do a wild attack right now against the rock monster. Isko fights with his hands and feet. Yes, this is a rock monster. I don't know if he cares. He's been raring to go for a little while, so he's going to look for a weak point of any kind. He's going to run and do like a handspring kick into whatever he can see, whether it's the balls or not. I'm going to roll a d20 to do that.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to use your inspiration, Michael, and re-roll.
Good. I was just about to remind you. That is a success. That is 11. That is a success. What would you like to attack?
I would like to. Did Annie hit anything by going for the gonads? Like, was there any indication?
She essentially coated it with nanobots that are currently trying to zap away at it.
I see. I don't want to get zapped, so I'm going to go for a joint. I want to go for the back of the knee.
All right, so you're going to try and take it down a little bit further, less immobile.
That's
awesome.
Right. Now, all of my attacks deal 2 damage with my unarmed strikes because I am a body fighter. And because I did Wild Strike, it will deal double damage. This attack will deal 4 damage if I am capable of damaging the rocket.
All right. Well, I will say that with the success, you are able to land a strike, and I'm going to determine something real quick. So that will take away. You do get it. You get it like right in that sweet spot joint, just enough to kind of as it mobilizes itself, and it kind of goes to one knee, and it is essentially now not going to lunge immediately for a counterattack. So that was a successful job on getting it essentially slowed down. Good job, Isko. Next
and I'm
up,
supposed
we
to,
have...
I'm supposed to make it a signature move, so I'm just going to say, Isko kick! As I slam in the side of the knee.
Fantastic. All right.
All good fighters
All good
have a
fighters
name for
call
their
out their
moves.
moves.
Yeah.
That's true. By the way, I finally finished One Piece. Mwah. Not the anime. Good God, no.
I was like,
I'm talking about the Netflix live action series. If I started it 20 years ago, I would have gotten to it now. But anyway, so Reba.
all right, I have something a little wild here for you, Michael.
But before you do that, upon sight of a giant rock monster, I think this might trigger some fear. Let's roll a D100 and see where your mental stability is at.
Oh no. Okay, that's fine. Let's
Does
go.
the power go out again?
11. I can't get away from these
What
11.
is these 11?
No!
Oh no.
You
Well,
can say it's 101.
If you don't mind, mark down a tally for yourself.
Okay.
These are long-term, folks, so these will carry into the next session. Now,
Alright,
what is it that you wanted to do?
So I was gonna use an ability.
Okay.
It's called Afflict.
Mhm.
So she is going to. It costs 3 AP.
Ah, okay.
So I'm gonna say a little device whizzes on her thigh, and she's pulls out this little, like, what looks like an orb. Pulling it back, she chucks it at this thing. When it hits it, it splatters apart into like this goo that drips down it, and it is absorbed into this thing's biology.
Now, because you're using your action points, that will make it an instant success on its purpose use. You also had just been awarded by Lady Donegan a D10 inspiration, so hold on to that for the future.
Thank you. Dice.
I'm going to roll to see how much...
This doesn't do damage. This
Well,
makes
no.
them clumsy.
This is a particular tally that I'm using, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you were saying it's making them clumsy. Okay. So they are basically now with the advantage that that Isko was able to give you by being able to bring it to one knee. You knock it down just a bit more. So now it's landed. It has landed on its side. It is not. It was not able to basically right itself back up with your method. And if you could describe how you use this technique to bring it down to its side just for the moment.
Absolutely. So this goo that it's absorbing into it, right? It starts slowing down its system. It feels like it is moving through mud. So as it struggled to get back up, Clumsy specifies that they drop things constantly. They can't wield weapons. So when its hand touched the ground and the rocks beneath it, it just slipped and ate it face first into the ground.
And you all see that blue-teal, that material that kind of glows within the rock veins kind of flicker a bit and fade as its stability is completely thrown off and it lands on its side. An angry growl emanating from its vocal cords? What is this thing? But you are able to at least stop it from even getting itself back up for a possible opportunity. So you are keeping this thing down at the moment quite well from really trying to hurt you. Just remember, you've got a D10 for use in the future. And now, Mika, what is Lukas going to do?
I'm just amazed that people have actual attacks. Because like all of my stuff is just very rangery. So
I took only one, so.
Space Ranger.
So if you, I guess if I go further into Hunter, I'll get more stuff. But so this thing isn't made completely of rock. Like, can you re-describe it?
It is basically, think of a gorilla but made entirely of rock, but its innards glow with like a blue-green material, as if it's underneath the surface of the rock.
Okay, but none of it's really exposed?
It's not exposed. There haven't been any pieces that have seemed to have been chipped away at. It just seems to be holding itself, but it is on its side. It is unable to get back to its upright position, as it were.
Does it have a face?
Yeah, it has a semblance of what you could call a face.
But it's all rock, like
It is all right. It's Ben
squishy.
Grimm the Thing, but dark brown and blue-green blood.
Shoot. I've been having... Because I don't feel like my stun baton's really going to... Learn from Pokemon that I don't think
You
it's
don't
going to
know.
do much against rock, but...
I don't know. It's the future.
It's also a TTRPG, so you can certainly try.
If you can convince me and roll high enough, we'll make it happen, Captain.
would it work if I I'm wondering if the baton, the other end, would be hard enough to like crack it.
You want to try and give just like a solid thwack with the butt of the baton.
Yeah. Or even the
Yeah, you know
hunting
what?
knife. It's like,
Let's roll a
hunting knives are
d20 for
pretty
it and see
sharp.
if you can even just get a solid hit on it.
Okay.
You want to hit an 11 or higher for success.
Rolled nat 20.
That's a nat 20. Not only is that a success, that is a triumph roll. This is an exciting moment. You automatically succeed at what you are trying to do. And you may even find some added fortunate moments to it. If you're dealing damage, you're going to double it now. So with this clubbed item, we're going to say that this is... I would say this would be a standard D6 item. So I will let you roll 2d6 to roll to see how much you can actually chip away at this thing.
Ooh.
Nice. 8 points. So with a huge blunt strike, you're able to essentially get one good blow. Where would you like to hit this?
I'm gonna hit it. Okay, I guess we learned we can't just assume it has the same stuff. It's got a head. I'm gonna go for the head.
You're gonna go for the head. Okay. So from behind, you're able to just kind of like do one of those quick like, boom, and you get like this huge blow onto the back of it, and it just, and you do see there is like a small enough crack where now some of that glowing material is oozing out of the back of it.
Yes, excellent. I know what my next move is going to be.
Fantastic. So we are now going to re-roll our turning. So every round we will be re-rolling.
Interesting.
This will give us a little bit of variety.
Oh, I think it's broken. I did another 11.
Well,
Sir, what was on?
Isko got a nat 20.
I got interrupted by a phone call. It like made my computer freeze. But I'm just rolling a d20.
Yeah.
For initiative again per round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try it again.
No, we've got the nat 20 by Isko, the 11 by Erica. No, Reba.
Reba.
The 8 was Lukas, and then
I'm sure last time you
3
were
for
rolling
Annie.
Something
3 for
too.
Annie. So that
Yeah.
order will be then Isko, Lukas, Reba, Annie.
Which sucks because I have an ability to find out what this is.
Isko, Lukas, Eva. Try saying that 5 times fast.
I've already rolled my attack, and it's
All
also
right.
a wild attack. So sorry, I got excited.
No, you're fine. That's a success.
Seeing that Lemon made a crack with his baton, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. I kind of had to dodge out of the way as the thing face planted face down after Reba knocked it over. So I kind of like dart out of the way of it as it's falling, and then jump back, twist in the air, and bring my heel down on the crack that Lemon made, and I just say, Isko Hammer! To deal another, what would be 4 damage.
we will see, because they are going. The ape is now going to attempt to counter.
By the way, it is clumsy for 1 month.
I saw that.
Oh my gosh.
So, being that you have been repeatedly beating the hell out of this thing, and if you want to use the Rock Lobster song from B-52s, by all means, go ahead. I don't think I have the rights to do that, but oh, I seem to not be able
Make her own
to.
song.
Okay, so
It'd just be 11 months for fun.
for some reason my digital dice does not seem to be wanting to participate at the moment, so I'm just going to go with my physical. This will be on honor system. That is an 11.
Are you sure?
Are you serious?
Yes.
What? We've rolled so many 11s. I swear.
It's like
I
a
mean,
7.
it's all I needed.
That's
And what it will do, it will not, it will take half the damage that you have been giving it.
Okay, so 2.
So 2 points to there, but and I'm saying that it's given half because it is already so hurt at this point. Very good, Lukas.
Excellent.
There is an exposed wound on the back of the skull of this rock monster.
Yes, Isko, where are you on the monster still? Have you jumped off?
I think I did the heel down, and then I kind of like jumped back about a foot.
Excellent.
Yes.
I'm gonna say, like, after I hit it, after you did that, I'm gonna kind of like jump off a little bit. My little wings are gonna carry me just a few feet. So I flip around my baton and stick the electric point into the liquid. With
Very good.
the idea that, like,
Ooh.
it's liquid, it can probably conduct the electricity. And so
It absolutely
essentially
will.
I'm like, lemon sour.
And now I'm not going to
go.
have you roll to basically
Yes,
see
yes,
if it
roll.
connects or not. I'm going to see you roll for the effectiveness.
Okay.
So we're just going
D20.
to roll standard D20 to see how effective it actually is.
16.
It's incredibly effective. That is a success. Fantastic. So I would like you to, Jen, just roll a D4
Ooh.
on this alchemical damage, as it were. And who said we weren't going to do combat in this show?
Who said that?
2.
I don't know. 2 points. Fantastic.
At least it wasn't an 11.
I know.
That'd be amazing
Okay.
if it were an 11.
I know.
You can tell by the way that it is now slovenly, like just oozing the goop out of its mouth and really trying to stabilize itself, but it is furious at you, and it is almost like trying to reach out to grab you as you are just damaging it in this moment. So
I
yeah,
feel like in
let's-
hindsight, maybe we should have tried talking to it first.
But yeah,
Nah.
it looks like
Well-
it just fell out of the sky and is really disoriented, and we're just killing it.
Yeah.
So bad.
Reba.
Look, it was our
Reba's
first
gonna
reaction.
turn. I'm sorry, Annie. Continue.
Oh no, that was just me saying, like, that was just at least Annie's first reaction was to be scared and throw something at it. So that's all on Annie. All of this.
Reba's gonna turn and run for the vehicle that Annie had found.
Okay.
She's gonna try and secure the escape for the team.
You should pick
Okay.
up Annie and take her with you so she can help start the car.
Perfect.
I'm going to say in your frightened state, that's the last thing you think of. You go right for the car.
Go right to the car.
That's
Planetary Recycler. Air
You know, you did roll the 11 earlier.
Let's go.
So almost right out of a horror film, you have run to the car and you're trying to like maneuver the doors open. And it's like, why of all things, why couldn't the most easy vehicle be easy to open? You just
Realize
repeatedly
it
will
does
hear
open.
these beeps of access denied, just as you're trying to figure out like just how to get the damn thing open.
I'm just gonna take my metal fist and try and put it through the window.
Fantastic. Give me a D20 roll.
All right.
Let's see
perfect.
how much you damage this thing just to get it open.
Oh,
There may be
18.
repercussions.
Get
Okay.
out of here.
18 is a success in that you will not damage the vehicle in order to still be able to get it open. So you get the door, you're able to pop the door open, and the manual locks essentially unlock at that point. You're able to get yourself access to this vehicle. All right, so that will be your turn. Annie.
Okay, so I've been looking over my stuff. I think Annie kind of, well, no, she doesn't feel bad. She's going to activate data recall again, to try and figure out what this is.
Okay. I will need you to roll now to see how much information you will be able to garner from this recall.
Okay.
As you access it again. 19. Fantastic. Yes, you do see that this, in fact, was a contained creature and not it was not a pile of rocks, as it were. This was something that they discovered and had kind of not so much sedated, but were able to subdue into an isolated area. And you are starting to quickly, and again, as a robot, you are able to get this information quickly and process it quickly, that this creature was discovered as part of the habitat, and upon capture, it was volatile until it was given something to subdue it. And once the call for evacuation, they've just left it behind to leave it so it would not harm anyone else, because no one was going to be on this planet anyway. Or so they thought.
Well, it's going to die anyways.
Dark. All right.
Attitude.
So I'm going to see if it can shake itself out of this funk. It does not. It will not be able to. So it is still kind of writhing in pain, but at least what you can assume to be this feral attitude from it. This was a beast that was subdued, and having been awoken again, it saw you as its first targets and just assumed that you were out to kill it anyway. So you had been chopping it down bit by bit at this point, but it is slowly going to end up meeting the end. But it will fight to try and get at least something on you. However, even in its manic swipes, it is not able to. So I'm going to allow you to have a choice. Do you want to find a way to finish it off, or are you going to leave this area knowing that it is incapable of really doing anything right now and is just eventually going to pass?
I think
Annie's for real. This thing's gonna die anyways.
It's suffering. It's warrior's code to
It's
not
time
leave an
to,
enemy
yeah,
suffer.
exactly.
as a ranger, I can't leave it behind to just suffer.
Okay.
Apologies, but we must terminate.
I'm a healer.
You're out.
Don't get it back up. It'll keep chasing
okay.
us.
You're out in the car. You don't know what's happening.
Can we talk
yeah,
to it?
you're in
I
the
feel like
car.
Maybe we should have tried talking
Oh,
to
did
it.
we have some sort of communication?
You are within range of each other, so it's not like you would not be able to hear. It's enough yelling going on across distance in this short time that had been going on.
Well, Annie has her stance, so it's kind of up to everybody else.
Get the job done.
And with the final mercy-killing blows, you're able to essentially put this creature back to sleep, but this time in a permanent sense.
Dead, as some say.
Yes,
I feel
some would
really
say, in
bad about
fact,
this.
dead.
The foe has been terminated.
Something's
job,
not
team.
sitting right with me.
You're also high?
No, I didn't. If I took the gummy, you would know.
Now I am worried for when you do take it.
We should
I mean,
stop
it's
talking
just
and
kind of.
I need to get my nanobots, and we will go to the garage.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. I know all this shit is happening right now, but I don't. Just post-fight clarity, you know. I don't. I feel like we should have tried talking to it. Or-
listen. Lemon, when you've seen some mean streets, sometimes by the time you get a hello out, you could find yourself stabbed or worse. Crushed, probably, in this case.
No, even when you're not on the mean streets, that sometimes you take a wrong turn and kill your best friend. That's life. It happens.
Oh, wait. Whoa. You can't just casually slip that. Let's get in the car, but you
car
can't just
pulls
casually
up
slip
next
that
to
out.
Beep, beep.
No, it was just an example.
Get
Are
it,
you
bitches,
sure?
we're escaping!
It's just a turn of phrase.
It's just a turn of phrase at the Rowdy Ranger Academy.
Annie's gonna, as everybody leaves, Annie's gonna stand behind for just a second, staring at this creature, almost like as if she would have a cocked head, and she's gonna look at it. My protocol. Animals. Plants? Not creatures. This was not animal. I have followed protocol. Yes, I have followed protocol. And she's gonna join everybody else.
I buckle the seatbelt around Annie.
Oh! This was unnecessary, but I appreciate the gesture.
You kidding me? If you roll on your head, I don't know if you'd be able to get back up.
Annie's gonna show her legs, like it's going this way, they're gonna turn and go up, and she's gonna be like upside down.
My first thought was Annie was gonna show a little leg.
Wink.
She's just showing that she can basically move her legs in any direction, so no matter which way she is at, she can go in that direction.
Damn. Spend months learning how to do a handstand, and you're still that way.
Well, you don't have an internal gyroscope system that is able to balance you perfectly.
Nobody's perfect. Reba, can you drive?
I am.
She'll floor it and peel out. And then she's driving for a second before looking everyone. Where am I driving to?
The car
out?
activates at that point. It's computer system turning on. And you see printed in text on the dashboard, you see, where would you like to go?
Ooh.
And can Annie plug in?
Absolutely.
Annie would like to at least try to plug in and input. What was
I love my sound effects.
I love them
Can
too.
you tell?
The place we were trying to go, there was like some sort of shelter, or like there was somewhere specific we were trying to go, right? There was like a hatch or
So
something.
basically, you've been trying to get back to base.
Okay, that's what it was. There's been a lot of stuff. So she's gonna put in their original base's location.
Okay. So you input the base's coordinates, and you see that the automated driving takes over, allowing you to basically be taken at a cruising speed safely on the what will be the safest path, which has to divert a bit from this rocky terrain, but onto that electromagnetic highway system.
Annie's gonna put on her shield. And then kind of look over at everybody else. We will be approaching the field. Please take precautionary measures.
I clench my fist and I say, I'll keep an eye out, just in case we encounter another beastie.
You could
Yeah,
also
what was
punch
that?
it away.
What was that beast? Why was it there? Has anyone ever seen that before? Why did I seem like the only person scared about that?
This was a creature, we'll say, an inhabitant of this planet. It was taken into captivity and experiments were performed. It being now let loose and going, it was not going to go down easily. And it would have died anyway.
Okay.
Sometimes
All
you
right.
hit first, ask questions later.
Did that answer your question?
I was not in the know. I didn't know all y'all knew that. Okay. Well, now I feel kind of silly.
I learned it just before the finishing below.
No.
Hey, Lukas, you doing okay?
I think I need another patch. Do you have another patch? I could use another patch.
Yeah.
Do we
I
need
can
to
get you a
talk
patch.
about you and substances? Because it really only seems like you get on the level when you're stressed.
Lucas throws up out the window.
Oh, maybe you need it. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Look, I'm all for the happy stuff. I just, you want to find it out of a place of joy, and it feels like you're kind of just doing it when you don't know what else to do. And I've seen that mess up a lot of other junker pals of mine.
I'm going to roll a d20 to see if Lucas starts crying.
Oh.
Oh. Everyone's like, oh, and Isko's like,
If it's an 11 or above, you will hold it in.
Roll to cry.
I'd like to use my free action to cry. Oh no.
Okay. No, I think this is going to...
Crying command.
Yeah, no, Lucas is just gonna kind of just start. Yeah, he's shaking and wiping vomit from his mouth and just covering his face. He does what he did last one. He brings out this necklace, kind of does that thing.
What the fuck, Isko?
And
We got one cycle left to live, and you're judging the guy on how he's
I'm
getting through it?
Not judging, just asking if we need to be worried, if we need to talk about this.
If we survive, we can have that conversation 1,000 times. But right now, we have to focus on just getting off this rock. If he
Focus
needs
on
a
the
coach,
coach.
it's auto drive. What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
Annie has never seen someone cry before. So Annie is sitting there. You can see the little electric little probe thingy coming out of her thing, and she's just getting ready to shock, and she's just
Don't.
I deserve to die.
Why is Lucas leaking?
I
Why
deserve
is
to
Lucas
die.
leaking? Why do you know?
Leave me.
What?
You have to know.
I deserve
You
to
have to.
die.
I don't understand what is
This is a
happening.
distress. This is a distress signal for living beings, right? Surely that's in your programming. This is the human
No.
version of a distress signal to ask for help. Emotional help.
But they're leaking.
Yes.
Reba's
Why
gonna
are-
crawl out of the front seat and into the back seat to put an arm around Lucas. All right, listen here.
No, please don't touch me. Please don't touch me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just take that back. Hey, can I talk to you though? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen. And I just want you to know that this is gonna be okay. Whatever's
Reba.
going on with you.
As you touch his shoulder, there is a faint noise that only you can hear.
Interesting serotonin levels being monitored right now. Not sure why the particular behavior protocol went out of whack in that scenario.
And then it glitches out.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I know that you just told me not to touch you, but I'm gonna just put a hand on your shoulder one more time. Okay? I need to test something. It's for science. Here we go. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder again. And everyone shut up.
And everyone's quiet as you're watching Reba just very sternly put a hand on Lucas's shoulder.
There was a voice. There was a voice and it was talking and now it's not anymore, but I heard it when I touched his shoulder.
Was it your inner monologue?
No. Nope.
I truly have no idea how to process this. If that's a you thing, or if that's a lemon thing. I feel like that's well out of bounds.
It was something about a serotonin level. They said that his emotional barometers are out of whack. I don't know.
I
Serotonin
have
is a
a
chemical.
Can I share a theory out of character with Reba that Reba might know?
Yeah.
'Cause we just
Message her if you don't mind. Let's have that in
Okay.
chat, just in case. But in the
and he's gonna-
meantime, I'm glad everybody has been joining us for this return to form. I have certainly been having a lot of fun with it. If you-
great.
if you're interested in the system that we're using, it's called Quest RPG. It is available. If you type in, you can look up what we use on the command of game, and it'll let you know where you can get a copy of your own. It's actually free online right now, so it's fun for everybody to play. And they just released a sci-fi expansion kit, which is what we're using for the rest of our season.
As they're like communicating, doing stuff, Annie's kind of gone into like this like research state. Serotonin is a chemical that carries messages between nerve cells in the brain and throughout your body. Serotonin plays a key role in the body's functions such as mood, sleep, digestion, nausea, wound healing, bone healing, and other desires. Why would there be serotonin? It's a chemical. Is there serotonin in the air? Do humans need this to function?
I'm amazed by how much about humans and human-like creatures is just missing from your memory banks.
Reba, if you don't mind, roll a d20 to just kind of get your bearings.
Okay. 18.
18.
Apparently, I only roll 11s and 18s.
You have this moment where you're like, okay, it's. I know that you have sometimes it's a tendency as a person in the medical field to kind of recall moments of discussions and clinical studies that kind of happen, and things have been weird enough as it is. So if anything, reaching out to Lukas kind of may have just like sparked up some sort of conversation on how to treat a person in distress in that moment.
So I know how to do this.
Yeah, you kind of think like, okay, maybe the thing that I was like listening to at that moment was just, that's probably a conversation I've had. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a conversation. I must have had that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I love that. So I'm going to spend an action point well, I don't know if I want to spend an action point. I don't want to take away agency from your character here. Mika, how do you feel if I spend an action point for an ability that I have called Relieve? You say something comforting to a nearby creature, alleviating them of anxiety, pain, or discomfort for 1 hour. So it's not a chemical thing, it's just a conversation thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay. Listen, Lukas. I know that we haven't known each other for a real long time, but we've been drinking buddies. We've gone through that garbage falling avalanche together. We apparently killed a big ol' meteor golem. I just want you to know that as long as you have this team, you're going to get through this, and we can talk about any other problems afterwards, okay? Can we focus on this moment right now and deal with whatever you're going through? Give it the time it needs when we have the time.
Lemon just nods, wipes tears and snot, and stands up. He doesn't really acknowledge. He doesn't really respond to Reba, but he I think he goes to the front seat and decides he's the one who's going to drive.
She'll give him his space.
Was that a received call for help?
In a person-to-person sense, yes.
I have made note. I am still learning, as always.
Learning, growing, experiencing puberty. Yeah.
No.
Gonna be a big, strong robot one day.
I already am.
And as you drive down towards the horizon, hoping to meet your destination in a good amount of time, at least to recollect yourselves and figure out the next step in regards to finding a way off the planet and maybe an understanding of what exactly is going on, the drive continues. And you drive on, reaching in a quiet, contemplative sense. And in that time, the horizon reveals that you have your destination ahead of you. You have an idea that this place is a lot more dangerous than you originally thought. You're also starting to think that if this world gets to you, how long do you actually have? Both as an individual and as a team. We'll find out next time on the next episode of Atlas Terminal. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We truly appreciate it. We love all of the interactive roles that you submitted, and you can always do so again in 2 weeks when our next episode goes live. But if you didn't catch this live episode, don't worry. It is immediately available on demand right after this stream is done on our Twitch channel if you are a subscriber. However, if you want to wait for next week, we will have the edited, enhanced version where you get to see some extra visuals that we, don't usually showcase for the live, but love to have you coming back for seconds on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@CouchSoup. Thanks again, of course, to CouchSoup for allowing us to play this wonderful game. Thank you to my terrific terraformers and to all of you out there in the chat. My name is Michael St. Gregory. You can find me at CouchSoup under Michael St. Gregory there. I've got all my links to my projects. Let's go around the horn and find out where they can find the rest of you, starting with Erica.
Woo! Yeah, my name is Erica Ondwin. I am also a content creator of sorts here over at CouchSoup, from podcasts to live streams to random articles. You can find all sorts of stuff that I've done here, and I love it here. I'm also the creator of a TTRPG channel called Roll D5, where we specialize in playing indie TTRPGs with special guests. So all my information is there. I am most active on Threads if you want to interact over there.
All right, Julian.
Hey everybody, I'm Julian, or Juli Ciel, Juliciel, on most corners of the internet, such as Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and beyond. I am also a Twitch TTRPG streamer, partnered with Roll D5 along with these wonderful people. I am an award-winning fantasy writer of the 30-episode audio series The Realm Tree. I voice act in stream and really love TTRPGs, especially shilling right now for Filipino-produced TTRPG battle system Gubat Banwa, which means the Warring Realms. And you can read 2 of my articles on CouchSoup right now. Hope to have a third sometime soon. One of which is on Hunter x Hunter, and one which is on Glass Onion.
And Mika.
Hey, I'm Mika. You can find me at Roll D5 mostly, where I am a co-creator and am frequently on just role-playing my little lemon heart out. You can find me on Twitter at Goggleboy, Goggleboy, like the main characters from Digimon. It's the same for my Blue Sky. On Threads, you can find me Mika, Mika _MCINTOSH.
I'll update your command here as well, so we can have your link tree, so they can use that.
Oh, excellent.
I'll work on that.
And M.
I'm M. I'm known as M. I'm the GM, that nerd. I love TTRPGs, just like with everything in me. I play in them as much as I can every week. I perform online, and I'm a game designer working on Vi, the Ancestrals with Adept Icarus. If you want to find more about me, you can just go to level1geek.com, and I've got links all over the place.
And of course, follow CouchSoup everywhere online, either at CouchSoup or at the CouchSoup, to find out more about other shows like you saw in the intermission. Thanks to Drew, and thanks to all of the CouchSoup folks. Thanks to PJ. Thanks to every one of our contributors. Thanks to everyone who gave me clips of their shows. Appreciate it. I will not say shut up, Tom, because I respect my coworkers. But we can't wait to see you next time. And until then, enjoy the future, whatever it may bring to you. Thanks for watching, everybody.